growing. I don't know. I feel like, you know what? I feel like I'm addicted to success.
I love that. I love that for
Now,
you.
I feel like what you got going on, I feel that because
I love that for you. That's the movement.
that is, and I like it a lot. So, without further ado, guys, we got Ivan, ATS in the building. ATS stands for Addicted to Success, which I'm sure if you don't agree with that, you need to start agreeing with that because it's 2023, baby. That's just where we at.
Yeah.
So, Ivan, you are born and raised in Orlando?
Born and raised, East Side Orlando.
East Side.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great artists that came out of East Side Orlando.
It's the best place to be in Florida. Let me tell you.
You know what they say, like, I've just been in Orlando long enough that I feel like I can say it,
Yep.
is when artists go at each other and they're like, I'm bigger than this or I'm bigger than that, or promoters go at it, they say that always happens on the west side. And then, right? And then
Yeah.
they say, well, we don't do that on the east side. So I see a lot of love on the east side. So,
I
and
just
then
feel like-
Orlando's just one place.
I feel like as an artist, you got to spread love.
Yeah.
Like, God gonna bless you if you loving on other people. You can't hate on the next man and try to get your plate filled.
Yeah.
Like, it don't work like that.
So, Ivan, you've been making music for a long time.
Very long time.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
So tell me about, like, when you even ever first decided, like, this, I'm going to be in this music thing. Like, how did that happen?
So even when I was like 7, 8 years old, I remember I used to be at my birthday parties freestyling on the microphone at like little kid birthday parties. And then like as I got a little bit older, like 12, 13 years old, I used to record off the Audacity program on my old laptop with a Rock Band mic. Just downloading YouTube, the MP3 beats at like 12, 13 years old.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now I see artists doing it now, and I'm like, we're way more advanced now.
Nah, yeah, and it was just something that's always stuck to me. It's always been with me. I've always been passionate about music. Like
Okay.
I remember being a kid, wasn't into cartoons. I was into Rap City.
Yeah.
I was into stuff like that.
That's crazy. Rap
106
City, The Basement,
Rap
106
City,
and
The
Park.
Basement. Shout out Big Tigger.
I know, right? What a great time in hip hop.
And I was like 5 years old, 6 years old when all that was going on. You know,
Yeah.
my favorite rapper growing up was 50. Like
I still love 50.
G-Unit.
I mean, you
G-Unit.
cannot.
Yeah, I had the G-Unit draws, G-Unit tank
Where's
top.
my brother is in the building. If he heard you say this right now, he would free. Listen, that reunion tour thing that they're
I'm
doing.
in there, Tampa. I'm in there.
You're going? Oh my God. Now I have to go.
Yeah, I'm in there.
That's crazy. I was like, yo, it's going to be in Tampa. Like,
Yeah,
this is lit.
50 Buster, Jeremiah.
Oh,
That's nice there.
yeah, that is nice. So, you know, being from Orlando, I was saying a little bit before that there's just a lot of great talent that has come from East Orlando.
Yep.
Can you name some of those artists that maybe you were around that, you know, help, like, were part of your scene when you were making music before?
Yeah, shout out first and foremost my brother Mark Lewis. He came up with me. He's the person I start making music with from the get. My brother Carpe DM from the East Side. He's another person that, you know, we grew up with, you know, in that East Orlando music scene. So those are people who've always, you know, I inspired them. They inspired me growing up. You know, we always pushed each other to be great. And that's just how it's been in East Orlando.
That's dope. Well, I'm glad that you have people that were like part of your success story
Yep.
because you're always going to look back on it years from now. You're going to be like, what a time in history that you guys got to experience all that together.
Yeah.
So where did you start making music? Like as far as like recording, mixing and mastering? Because I know you say you did a lot at home. So after that, when did you actually like get in the studio and who were you recording with?
So started out at home, and then my big brother Mean Gene, you know, he's been a big brother to me forever. He, you know, heard some of my stuff. He was actually my teacher coming up when I was in middle school. He was working at the radio station at 102 Jamz at the time, heard some of my stuff, and was like, yo, kid, you got chops. And kind of took me under his wing, started, you know, investing into my music. And I was like 14, 15 years old at the time. And, you know, I was doing shows in Orlando. I was like 15, 16 years old, performing at Beacham, performing at, you know, clubs.
That's crazy.
Clubs downtown. Like, it was crazy. I was played on 102 Jams back when there wasn't 102 Jams. Like,
yeah, it's sad what happens nowadays, but it's
I would
part
do
of the
like
process.
freestyles to certain songs. Like, I remember I had a suit and tie freestyle they would spin.
That's fire.
For me. Like, Don't You Worry Child freestyle that would spin for me. Just stuff that was like commercial that I could get on, you know. Especially being so young, it was marketable.
It's definitely marketable, but I mean, you got to have the talent. So you were doing something right.
Yeah, for sure. I'm growing now, though. It's different, you know. Just got to a lot of things change. You just got to keep getting better, keep moving with the times.
Yeah. So if you could look back, like, at your younger self, like young Ivan, what would you tell him?
Stay focused. That's one thing that I will say about, I feel like I had a very, very good card dealt to me when I was young, and I took it for granted, but at the same time I was young, you know?
Yeah.
16, 17 years old, you know, music was my passion. I had it all laid out for me, but I was distracted.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that.
That's normal.
And eventually that slipped away from me. I went into like a crazy writer's block for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Where it was just like super depressing, and I went to some crazy medical issues that I had to go through. So it was like I bounced back from that. And then really like the COVID year and the year before that was when things got better. You know, in my day job, I was able to work from home, and I was able to just listen to beats all day.
Oh, man, look at life.
Was able to just tap in, just spend time with myself, really get creative. And then from there, it's been a big blessing to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, COVID is crazy. That was just such a weird period in everyone's time, I would say. So when you were home and you were listening to those beats, did you know you would be like where you are now? Did you know that you would be re-inspired? Did you like, you know, did that light something in you and you were like, this is it? Like, this is if I don't do it now, like I'm never going to do it, right?
The window of opportunities here, and it's not here forever, you know.
Yeah.
I believe in God. I believe in, you know, everyone's called to do something. You know, I know it. I feel like it's my calling. I feel like it's something that's always driven me. When I didn't have it, it's very depressing. Like, it's always something I thought about. Like, getting writer's block for so many years, it's like, dang, that really eats at you when you're a creative. Mm-hmm. And to be able to snap out of it and to just feel like now, like, I got the Midas touch now. That's like, not to toot my horn, but I feel like I can get on anything right now and be myself and just be comfortable writing, be comfortable recording. And I get there to, you know, to make that masterpiece.
So with being like in the studio now, you know, recording, being back in the booth, like, what does that feel like?
Just feels great. It feels like like I said, right where I'm supposed to be. This album's called In All the Wrong Places.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm in all the right places.
Hey, that's a beautiful story. How that all played out for you. So when you look now and you look at like all the people who are around you, like making music, even big artists, not just like local artists and stuff. When you just look at hip hop of where it is now versus like where it was before, like what do you think about it? Like how does that make you feel?
I just feel like times have changed so much. Like I grew up in the era where mixtapes were so like what made people good. Like I remember being a kid, being in middle school, high school, like listening to Chance the Rapper. Like when Acid Rap came out, like that mixtape made him big. It wasn't like one song. Like Wiz Khalifa, he had all that music. Like Mac Miller's one of my favorite artists ever. Like,
yes, Mac, rest in peace.
Literally, rest in peace. And so I feel like nowadays we're in an era where it's just like one song will get you blew up overnight. When I remember being in an era where like, yo, this dude just dropped a project. Yo, listen to it.
Yeah, and the whole thing,
and the
right?
whole project would just go crazy.
We don't have that no more.
We don't have that anymore. So
everybody's like listening span is.
As an artist, you have to adapt. Like for myself. Like, I never, like, construct my music to try to fit, like, all right, I need to make it like this because obviously it's natural. But, like, shorter songs, like 2.5-minute songs to 2 and some change songs have replay value. People listen to it, they like it, they'll be like, wait a minute, that's done already.
That is very true, and I do that, and I'm glad you mentioned it.
Yeah.
How about the space in between when jumping in on a song? How do you know when to jump in on a song when you hear the beat?
I literally have this method of recording music where I literally will go in without writing and just mumble, like just try to catch the flow. I literally just like say just random stuff off the top of my head, and just try to catch the flow first. And once I got the flow down, I find a pocket. Then I'll go back in and I'll take a week or 2 weeks on a song. And it's a lot of my writing I do it like I'll be driving a car, I'll see something, and I'll be like, yo, boom, boom, boom. And I'll think of a punchline, I'll write it down in my notes. Mm-hmm. And so, like, as time goes on and I have a bunch of those punchlines, a bunch of those bars written as I'm writing, I construct it like that.
Okay. And when you're, like, in the studio, is it the same? Like, do you have to hear the beat first, or do you write? Like, what is that creative process like when you make a song?
Sometimes I'll write verses to a beat, and I'll just take them and put them on other songs. Like in the studio, first of all, I always come prepared, especially because like my engineer moved out to LA, so I only record with him.
He knows you, right?
Hey, like Jordan and Pippen, that's my guy. Shout out D Life.
Love that.
Shout out D Life.
But Jordan and Pippen, they, you know.
Nah. We ain't gonna get there. I'm talking about on the basketball court.
Hey, that's a whole different. That's a whole different game.
I'm talking about on the basketball court. But so I go out to LA and record all my music there. So I never just go out there like winging it. You know, I always come with like 10 to 15 songs written. But
that's an amazing, that's a good like networking thing for you. Yeah. Like, do you go perform in LA too?
Working on it. He just moved out there. So
I'm gonna send you some stuff just in case in the future. If you guys are together and you're like, hey, I'm just already gonna be out there in September. I'm just gonna go check this out because it's an opportunity. I mean, that's what it's for. You know, there are so many musicians over there. You would be wasting your time by not doing it.
Exactly, like
crazy.
Kill two birds, one stone out there. You know, I go out there and network. I go out there
get a cup. Yeah,
I'm always looking to.
I see stuff all the time. Yeah. I'm just like I'll be there in September, but I'll be in Dago. So
okay.
I'm not, I won't be in LA, but I mean, there's still opportunities. I'm like, if you guys are out here, you might as well. I mean, you flew all the way over here. I know it ain't like, an hour or two away. It's not like New York.
I got a place to stay out there. It's nothing too crazy. Yeah. It's part of this music thing. You got to travel. You got to go see. Not everything is in Central Florida. Not everything's in Orlando. I got a trip planned to A3C.
Nice.
I got some handshake over there. Meetings lined up. Some shows.
How about South by Southwest? Are you going to do that?
Next year I will.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this year coming up is going to be a really, really good year. Because I feel like everyone was still, last year, just COVID really knocked a whole bunch of people off, especially musically. Like, you're a blessing, man. You found inspiration through COVID. There were so many artists that just were like, this ain't for me. Like, I can't do this.
It's like, not to say it was a blessing for me, but it was just like a window of opportunity I had that was able to get me back on track.
Nice.
Which is incredible.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like a recovery story. Yep. Not many people go through writer's block for that long and come back and start making music again. Usually they're just like I'm telling you, the artists that I meet, they're like, this ain't for me, and I'm just like, don't give up, don't give up. No, it's a God-given talent, that you guys have to be able to jump behind a mic and make music. Yep. That's not something that comes naturally to people. Like me, I can't go jump in a booth right now and write a song. I would be like, hey, how do I do this, or how do I do that? You guys, it's like, oh yeah, I have my process and how I do it. Like you told me about the beat and writing the lyrics. That's not something that a regular person can do. I got a small circle. I tell all my friends that one of my close friends, he's a barber. I look at him, I'm like, yo, how do you do that? Like, I would, in a million years, I would never be able to do that. He looks at me, he's like, I would never be able to write a song. Yeah. He's like, I'm like, that's God-given talent. Yes, it is.
It's God-given talent, like something that you just have that, it's in you, that fire's in you, and this comes effortless. Mm-hmm. It's not like I'm just sitting there all day, 24 hours a day, like trying to write music. So you got to take those lapses, like being a creative, you have to literally take breaks away from it. Like there'll be months, like I'll write bars and stuff, but there will be like months at a time where I don't sit with certain beats because sometimes it's just not there. Like, and then when you find inspiration, you go do some stuff in life, or when I'm locked in, when I know I'm an album, like I just dropped the album June 9th in all the wrong places. Mm-hmm. So at that point, I knew like, all right, now it's the promo time. I'm doing promotion, I'm doing marketing, I'm doing, I'm trying to do shows, I'm doing all this stuff, like trying to get it out there.
Okay. Now with the album, how do you know what songs go on there? Like, I know you said you go to LA with like 15 songs ready to be recorded, but at the end of the day, like, how do you choose, okay, this is the one that goes on? So
I knew, like, with this album, it was called In All the Wrong Places. It's more tailored to women. It's more tailored to, like, relationships, past relationships, like experiences I've been through myself with women. And so I knew, like, that was like the theme of the song. So as I was like going through the songs, you know, I had some bangers on there, some trap bangers, some not on the just like on my repertoire of like in my arsenal, like, and just what fits together. Like I listen to myself a lot, like especially like the rough mixes of my music. So before it gets mixed and mastered, I know which songs are like, yo, I can't leave this off the project. And obviously I got a couple people around me, you know, a couple of my solid individuals that listen to the music with me. They're like, yo, this is hot. You can't leave this one off. So thankful to my peers for that, who are always honest with me, who are always like, yo, if this shit ain't it, it's not it.
And you mentioned that you use your own pen and stuff. So I'm going to assume you write all your stuff.
All my
How do you find the inspiration to like, and I know you said you went through writer's block.
Yeah.
But like now you're writing. So how do you know what to write about?
It's a confidence thing. Like going through everything I've been through in life, like over the last 4 or 5 years, like I gained this level of confidence that I feel like I could write about anything, and I just tap in. Like I hear a beat and I'm just like, all right, this is what this sounds like. This is what this could, you know, pertain to. I've been through so much in life. I'm only 27, but I've been through everything in life but a coffin.
Well, let's not rush there.
Yeah, I've been through everything.
Yeah,
God forbid. But there's so much material there that it's just. I said in one of my songs, I said, this is the ish that make the pen just write itself. Sometimes it's just like it just goes. And like I hear a song, I hear a beat, and I'm like, wait a minute, this sounds like this. Like I got some West Coast bop stuff, like I got some deep cut stuff. There's so many different artists I'm inspired by. Like I told you, Mac Miller's one of my favorite artists. Kanye is my favorite artist. So it's like those.
I love Peasy. How can you not, right? He's a genius. No matter what he goes through. I'm like, if people point him out and they like, look at him, I'm just like, he's smiling. He happy. Just be happy he's happy, right? He's not being crazy no more. But everybody goes through things in life. Why are we judging the next man? Let him be crazy. Want to be crazy? Let him be crazy. Who's going to stop him? Nobody. Exactly. So let him do him.
He's given a lot to me as a musician. And I understand. I don't agree with everything he does, you know. But I don't agree with everything a lot of people I love in my life do.
I agree with that. I mean, that's the truth. That's the truth. If you could perform anywhere, like outside of Orlando, even if you left the country, like where would you see where would you like to go perform? Like where do you see yourself?
These festivals are crazy. Like honestly, like a Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
Or you know this. I was big into festivals growing up, so I see all these artists like making their breaks and doing these big festivals and stuff like that, and obviously like world tours and stuff like that's the dream. You know, everybody will say that, but that is the dream.
Okay. Do you freestyle?
Do I? I can a little bit.
I kind of want to try.
You want to try it?
I think why not? We're here, right? I just want to run a beat. I want to hear your song first.
All right,
because we got your song. So can you just tell me a little bit about the inspiration behind the song? So we'll go there, and then when we get back, I want to run a beat. I want to see.
Something happen. Yeah.
I want to see your flow on live on air and see what happens. Nothing crazy, non-judgmental zone, people.
We can.
But you got a lot of people tuned in, listening, watching. I'm just like, okay, let's have some fun. Why not? This is what we're here for. But can you tell me about this song that you sent in? And like where you recorded it, where you produced it. I know you say you do most of this one done in LA.
So I recorded this in LA.
Wow.
So this is crazy. It's like a lot of my music that I really end up loving, that I record. It's songs that I do in like you're just like, all right, I'm going to the studio. I already wrote 10 to 15 songs. I like listen to a beat like on the plane or listen to a beat at home, like just last minute, like just write it quick. And I'm like, wait a minute, I end up liking this a lot. More than a lot of the stuff I spent so much time working on. It just like sometimes it just happens. It just flows. So this song, I wasn't even going to record it. I flew out to LA, and then the beat came on by accident. So I had all my beats, I had all my waves and all my stems, and my engineer clicked on the beat by accident. I was like, yo, click that one. And then the beat came on. He's like, yeah, we doing this one. He's like, hold on. You did this one? He's like, oh, we doing this one. I'm like, all right, I guess we do this one. And just kind of flowed, melodic. My people's always tell me, you should sing more.
Yeah.
I do a little bit of singing.
I can hear
that.
Rap.
Yeah, you should sing. I'm like, so I do a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But the song is inspired by usually, our generation. Obviously, it's people like to hide their problems with alcohol and doing stuff like that. And
isn't that the truth?
Yeah, and I've been a couple toxic situationships where it's like, just relax. Like, so the song is pretty much inspired by like a girl that she don't want to put the bottle down. She's partying too much, and you're just like, that's your weakness. We got a weakness for her.
I know you're speaking in like broad terms, but does this person know the song is about them?
If the shoe fits.
He's like, I don't know which one, but
you give me high, girl, that's your latitude. You know I love your little attitude. Ungrateful, girl, you need some gratitude. But it's so hard for me to get mad at you. You give me high, girl, that's your latitude. You know I love your little attitude. Ungrateful, girl, you need some gratitude. But it's so hard for me to get mad at you. Get mad at you. She caught in a mix, she partied at 6, not even gon' plug in her phone. She caught in a trip, don't know what she is. She mixing them bills of Patron.
Man, what a great song, and slightly refreshing from all the gangbangers and everything that I deal with on a daily here at Indie Jamz.
I try to stay true to myself,
What a great show today. Ivan, thank you so much for joining me. I know we were talking off air, and I was telling you that, you have really, really good music. I couldn't believe that and I know everything happens for a reason, but it's just like, you're really talented, man. You got something good going. I hope that, this time around, just stay focused. You got the right engineer, right producer. I'm going to tell you, the person you are working with is really, really good. So the two of you together, there's no match. Now you just need to jump on some stages and work your way to the festivals.
Shout out D-Life. It's my brother. It's my partner in crime. Been my engineer since I was 15.
Yeah.
So, like, he's seen me grow as an artist, as a person, as a man. Like,
was he happy when you were like, yo, I'm ready?
Oh, yeah. That's my guy. He's just say, yo, it's time to wipe the dust off. Let's do it.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. So he was part of your process in getting back in?
Since he's been part of the process since day one.
Like, how many times did he like tell you, yo, like a lot, right? I'm sure hundreds.
We got to do this. Like, to this day, he's always giving me advice. It's like a big brother to me. Mm-hmm. So it's like, yo, you got to do this. You got to try. Like, I'm like, all right. And I always take that advice.
Well, one thing I will say though, besides your own personal healing and stuff that you had to go through, the only thing you really missed out on while you were gone is stuff that is already needed now, as far as like all the social media. Literally, TikTok is taking over right now. If you can find a person on TikTok, obviously preferably a female, to play your song and reenact that part of the song where the whole attitude thing, like if you can find somebody big on TikTok to play your song and do that, you will blow up, because they will stream it and then other people will kind of do the same thing. So whether it's that song or if you have another song on the album that you feel like is catchier, if you can find somebody who has a huge TikTok following and be like, yo, this is my track, this is what I want you to do, and post a video and tag me, your TikTok will blow up and you will blow up and everyone will know your song. So that's just my little key throw in there, because I know where TikTok is at right now, and I see a lot of the artists that I know, even some artists, and no disrespect to any artist, but their music isn't advanced, but they know how to use TikTok, so they blow up. They got the big followings and all the people and everything. I'm just like, if you can do it, I know other artists that are like really, really good that deserve this type of platform to be seen, to be heard. Then I started discovering more and more how they do it. And I was like, that's how you do it.
Nowadays, you don't got to be good to blow up. You just got to go viral. You got to know the right people. You got to be just gimmicky. Like, there's a lot of people who are gimmick.
Well,
gimmicks and stuff like
it's the people with money, man. Money talks. You pay a couple people to do some things for you and pull the strings, and you're set. I mean, I remember, like, in just a real quick story, just how Ice Spice blew up. It was crazy because she already had signed contracts for, like, performances that were only like $1,500 to pay her. And do you know how quickly she dropped out of those or renegotiated contracts after she blew up?
She popped,
She was like, that's it. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm about to blow after this. I'm never turning back. And it's crazy how fast it really, when people say overnight success, like, yes, it really does happen overnight. Like one day you're regular, the next day you're viral, like everywhere. So if that is something you're interested in, I highly suggest you do it, just because that's where we are right now.
Yes.
And I can tell that the things that you were saying and things that you were rapping were things that are truly like you. Yeah. Like that's just stuff that it's you and it means something to you.
Yeah.
So is your family like a big part of your life?
Listen, I get how much like my mom and my dad, they're my best friends.
Yeah.
They trying to chill. I'm down trying to chill. They, they get live. They get turned with the rest of us. They do their thing. But my people's always like, you always hanging out with your family. I was like, my family funner than you.
My family, my mom is my best friend. Like literally, I was just with her before I came here to the studio today. Like, it's crazy how that happens over time. But I will say one thing about your family is like they know you better than anyone, and they're probably the one people who are just non-judgmental. That means like at least they shouldn't be. I can't say that for everyone. A lot of people are like, nah, I don't hang out with my family.
They're gonna judge you, but they're not gonna hold it against you.
Yeah, like they're gonna mess with you. It's all love at the end of the day, though. At the end of the day, your family, like your ride or dies, no matter what. And I think that that's so important in a world nowadays where there's just so much fictitious stuff going on. Yeah. You can always count on your family. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. Like they literally grew up with you. They know you. They know your mom. They know your life. Like. So I always tell that to people because sometimes people stray away from family for whatever reasons. And I'm like, is it worth it? Whatever keeping you from it, it's not worth it. Like that's fans.
A lot of my friends and my peers, they tell me like one thing that inspires them about me is how close I am with my family. Yeah. Like some people are like, I wish I could have that. Like people don't have that privilege to have that relationship with their parents. Some people don't have that privilege to have both their parents alive. So I'm very grateful for that. It's a blessing that I told my parents the other day. I said, I always like to mess with him. My dad, he's so scared to death. He'd be like, you ain't killing me. You're not killing me off yet. I said, if y'all pass, I got no regrets. I said, because the way I lived my life and the way, I was able to be around y'all, I would have no regrets. Obviously, I'd be sad, I'd be devastated, but I would not live my life with regret.
Yeah.
And that's a good feeling to have.
It really is a good feeling. I feel the same way, and me and my mom are super close, and I'm just like, it's sad to think one day they go, but I was like, man, we share so much time together. Yeah. Like, and I think time is like something that is just so limited in this world because you never know what could happen tomorrow. But it's important, like I said, to just keep them close and love them in the best way you can. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any events or anything coming up in Orlando?
Right now, no. I'm trying to work on setting up my own show. I'm trying to get an own venue and start do my own showcase.
I got literally every venue in Orlando. Which one do you want?
Do it. I'm ready.
Which one do you want?
Like I said, I got a lot of people in Orlando that I know they're in the music industry. That I feel like I could put together a nice showcase. And
you should headline it.
I literally live in like right smack dab in the middle of downtown Orlando. I live on Pine Street. So there's a bunch of venues and stuff that we could host it.
Yeah, you could choose.
You and I might have to get together and make something happen.
Yeah, I mean, we should, honestly, because if it's something you want, like, I'm the kind of person that believe, I don't be like, I want to do it. I'm like, no, we're doing it. Like, I just do things. I don't, I'm just like, why not? You get this one life, guys. You get this one life to be here and make it the best that you could possibly can. Just go for it. Whatever you want is attainable. Yeah, money runs everything. Then just get more money. It's out there. That's one thing that has never stopped me from doing anything. I'm just like, it's out there. There's so many ways to get it
by any means necessary.
Yes.
I told my engineer that I'm ready to put every last dollar I have into this to make it happen.
Yeah. That's just
no risk, no reward.
With you just saying that just shows that you're just willing to invest into this and take it the long way, and that's a really good attitude to have because a lot of artists don't have it. They don't have. They get in this and then they start getting shocked. They're like studio fees, marketing, promotions.
Pay to play.
Yeah. What else outside of that? Events, performing. You're smart. Instead of just going to pay to perform at an event, you're willing to just do the whole thing. Exactly. You're going to get the whole overhead from it. You probably might even pay yourself to perform at the end of the day. You're like, well, man, just paid myself to perform, did my first show.
Exactly, yeah.
Have you ever checked your, not ever checked, but have you checked it lately, your Spotify, to see where people play your music the most?
So it's crazy that you say that because I've been doing a lot of research about overseas marketing and marketing in different foreign countries and stuff. And I read that India had a big like
they do.
English hip hop following. I ran a bunch of marketing, like Facebook, YouTube ads, just to like their big countries like Mumbai, like the big cities. Mumbai,
that's the best
stuff.
one.
I gained like 200-300 followers over the last week or two. People messaging me like, I had dudes in the middle of India with like playing my music with like headsets, bobbing, like tagging me on Instagram and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
So it was, like,
I love it.
It had like, I think it was like 50 something plus Shazams, just like from the area. I'm like, it's crazy how like music travels so far in other countries, and people don't even know. It's untapped market.
That was a big reason I started Indie Jamz to begin with. I didn't want to be limited to where these artists that who come on can be seen, can be heard. It's got to be everywhere. It's got to be global. Like, you can't just think locally anymore. You got to think globally. Exactly. And for you to do that, I mean, I can't get you a venue in India. My bad, bro. Like, you're gonna have to figure that one out on your own. But we can start here, and you can start here. You can do it for the home base, and you can start building to something really big. I mean, even if you just went out there just to visit, that's crazy how you say it. I literally just talked to someone yesterday in my day job, and they're from India. And I was just like, man, I would love to go there one day. That would be crazy. And I just never thought of hearing that and applying that to music and what we already do. It's
crazy especially how like receptive they are to the music. Like, how they're, like, it's quick. Like, they message me like, I like your music a lot. They'll in Google Translate, like, all types of stuff just to tell me, like, yo, it's like, you're dope, music's talented, post it on their stuff, like, literally just, it's cool. It's a good feeling. I
ran an ad only once or twice, I think, in India, because I really wanted to test it, and I got a lot of response, and boy, did my emails get spammed. It was so bad. It was so bad that I was like, okay, I'm not doing that next time, because I got the views, I got the listenership, I got everything, but my emails got blown. I was like, how do I take my email off of this? This is crazy. Like, I couldn't understand it, and I wish I could, because maybe I could have did that, like the Google Translate. Like, that would have been smart, and I could have at least try to read what they were telling me, because I would want to understand. I'm like, dude, I don't understand this. Like, and they were great messages, but I did get a lot of artists hit me up, and then what they did do was send me like some places where they were already being, and I should send it to you since you already have a market there. Some radio stations and radio shows out there. The radio shows out there that they're already featured on. Yeah. So they're already being played over there and doing everything. And I thought that was so cool. And I was just like, I didn't even know there was like an unsigned, unsigned hip hop in India.
I think Miss India of something. She had like, it's like their Miss India out there. She had got a hold of the ad somehow and like liked it, and then like went in like a bunch of my stuff. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, I'm happy for you, and I'm so glad you came in today and you sat with us in person. I know it's tough sometimes. You read the emails and you're like, you're in Orlando, and then an artist will be like, well, I'm from Orlando, but I'm not in Orlando. And then, no, I want somebody like to be here in studio. Yeah. It's always a better vibe anyways. But if you want, can you share any advice like that you would give to another artist out there that's maybe struggling or trying to figure out how to get in music or get back to music?
Stay persistent. That was my downfall growing up and being young. It's like distractions are the worst thing ever. That's growing up. I was like, all right, I wanted to party. I wanted to do this, and I was like, my eyes were in on the prize. It's any artist, like even from ages 15 to 21, 22 years old. That window of opportunity closes quickly. Mm-hmm. If you're talented, you love it. Ready to put every last dollar into it because it's an investment. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't just get to post one song on YouTube and then it goes viral the next day, by lucky chance. Like, sometimes it happens like that, but you got to be ready to put every last dollar you have into it and just love it. Be genuine.
Okay. And then I know you said you got the album. Where can people get more of your music?
So, in all the wrong places, you could go get it on my website at ivanatsmusic.com. As well, you can go on all my social platforms at ivanatsmusic. It'll be in all my bios, all the links in my bios. Just reach out to me and let me know what you think.
Okay. And any shout-outs you want to give? Any people that have supported you along the way that you feel, you should show them some love?
Shout out to my brother Mean Gene, first and foremost. Believed in me when nobody else did. Shout out to all my brothers. Shout out to my mom, my dad. First of all, Joanne and Milton, thank you. Thank you for everything, My engineer, of course, I mentioned him a couple times. Shout out D-Life, for always being there for me and, just having my back, just making this magic.
Okay.
But yeah, other than that, that's
all right.
I have so many people that support and love me. You know, I could be here all day naming people.
Yeah.
It's
if he forgot you, his bad.
Yeah. It's a blessing. Like, I have so many people that have had my back, that love me, and like this. But you know, we only got a little bit of time.
We all right. But I did want to thank you for coming in today, and I want to tell you that like you have like this confidence about you. I don't know when it came to you, because I know you said you went through your thing, but what you have going on right now, like, stick to that, and just always remember when you were down and out, and remember where you are now, and just remember how bad you wanted to get out of that to get where you are today. Because if you keep this up with how you're presenting yourself, and how, I'm telling you, even when you walked in here today, getting you on air, you're a completely different person. You put a microphone in front of you. Yeah. Like, when you open up and you're like, I was like, oh my God, like, actually, like, I think I like you, like, as a person. You're like a dope person. Thank you. So I'm excited to. My
mom told me something the other day. She was like, I remember you were in kindergarten. It was like kindergarten or first grade. She was like, there was a talent show and you were like just the host of the talent show. She was like, I don't know how you got the gig or whatever, but like you were just like introducing people. And I'm like you were like 6 years old. I'm like, yes, I don't know.
Give you a microphone. I didn't know.
Never been afraid to just get in front of people. Never been afraid to, get on a microphone. Never been afraid to do that. It's cool to me.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm telling you, when you walked in here, you sat down, you're very calm, very mellow. But then you jump in front of a microphone, you just open up. It's like so much depth to you. And I think that that's a beautiful thing. And I think that you should seriously just keep making music. And I was saying before, I am excited to work with you in the future. You let me know some details about like, exactly how you want the show to go and what artists you want involved in any theme, anything that you feel would make it great. And then I will do the footwork. I'll get you your dream venue and get you all the pricing, get everything all together nicely. And then you decide your day and then go from there. I mean, did you do an album release?
I did not.
Or plan?
I did a small one.
Yeah.
Just a little gathering for myself.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. At least you did something.
Did something, yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. So, next is definitely the headlining show.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
We can for sure. But, Ivan, again, thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate you guys so much. Hey, listen, you guys out there, do not forget we have Road to Austin. We are on our 4th competition now. We are sending another artist out to California to perform at the House of Blues in San Diego, and that artist will also attend a artist development class throughout the day, just to kind of tighten up all those loose ends and make you guys professional artists. That's what we want at the end of the day, is for you guys to be serious about this, invest in your craft. So I'm excited. 20 artists gonna perform again, compete, and may the best man win. So far they've been really crazy dope artists that I didn't even in the beginning, I never know who's going to win. And just every time at the end, I'm always so shocked because it's the least person that I probably thought could win it all. And they do every time. Yep. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Ivan, real quick, just your social media.
You can follow me on all YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. My handles are all the same, at Ivan ATS Music.
All
TikTok,
right,
all platforms. You can find me there. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, you guys be safe out there. Enjoy your 4th of July. And, don't do nothing crazy.